What's going on, guys? Cheddarpool here with another reaction video. So, it's been a lot of requests for more Conquer Divide, so finally got around to it. And this time we got the song Chemicals. Going into the last one, I was a little bit taken aback, actually, because I think seeing them on the Electric Callboy song Fuckboy, sort of, it was a very amazing joint effort from them. And I feel like the way the song was written gave the impression that I expected more pop punk and kind of Paramore vibes, like early 2000s. But that was just that song, and I was very much taken aback that they were a lot heavier and than I expected. And it's really, really like interesting what they do. So I'm trying to delve a bit more into it. And there's a lot of good reactions I've seen from the comments as well. A lot of people saying about how they had the same kind of vibe they found it from the Callboy song, and now there's a lot of real fanfare for them, and I think this is just another step to get them a bit more exposure, which has done really well for them. And I really can't wait to see what they do more, because they deserve what they've got from at least the songs I've heard. So before we go any further, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're nearly 100 subscribers, so thank you all very much for that. Join me on Twitch where I play normally Legends of Runeterra, which is a card game, and talk and listen to music. Twitch.tv/Cheddarpool. And by all means, any suggestions in the comments. Give me more to react to. I've got some Lorna Shore coming up soon. That's definitely on the list. And let's not give it any more time and let's get into this. Quite excited to hear this one. This was the second most requested one besides Atonement. So I'm really hoping to throw this in the playlist and see how it goes. Starting off strong. Still, I think it's amazing. I believe it's the bassist that's got such an amazing voice. Like with the scream, I really feel how clean that is. And then also with, God, I've got, do you know what I need to do? Is make sure I've got Wikipedia up with, so I know who I'm talking about. Names are better than anything. So, yeah, it's like, they're both really smashing it. Like, vocally, and we've got some names here. There we go. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying what they're doing vocally as well. I think it's just such a nice. They've both got very contrasting voices that work so well together. So, enjoying that. They've got such catchy choruses. I find that the choruses they've managed to get, like, the writing wise, they're getting a little bit of catchiness, keeping the heaviness with some really nice clean vocals. It makes it so easy to listen to, and I think it's so attractive to even just casual music fans, but also it still really appeals to the people who look a little bit closer and a little bit deeper. They've got, if they can keep the songwriting up like that, that just really is a telling sign that it's going to show that they're going to be climbing bills and hopefully more tours. I believe that they are supporting Electric Callboy on their tour in the States, and I think that's going to be a real big boon to them. So, let's carry on. before we get into what I assume is a little bit of a breakdown, I wouldn't expect too much of a heavy breakdown in this, but you never know. I've been pleasantly surprised before. Video is quite nice. It's nice that it's kind of like keeping it simple, keep it very visual. So it's more about the band rather than like, say, some story. It doesn't need to be there. So they've done quite well with, like, at least the last video was very similar, but just it's a whole different like flavor on it. So I like videos like that where they're just kept more simple and more about the band. If you get like concept songs that have a bit more meaning to it, then you can go with that, like the kind of storytellings videos. But so far, yeah, absolutely. Like, this could be on all major radio stations like across the globe, and it would do well and it would get reacted to well. You know, so like heavy metal can kind of be a little bit like, you rarely do you ever hear on major stations stuff like Lamb of God, and that's not really what their aim is to be. But with something like this, I feel that they could bridge the gap, and this is the kind of music that brings more people into heavy metal. Like, it starts with them and then they move on to other things, like, while still loving this. Like, say Conquer Divide, they'll move in and discover other bands like Disturbed, Hailstorm are another one that are very similar in there. I think they're bringing other people in, and then they'll discover stuff like maybe a bit heavier like Korn or Slipknot. So always like good to see music like this about, and I love clean vocal music as well. And the electric undertones they have at the background of this, I like that as well. Okay, so in the last section of that song, like, bringing in the screaming was a real nice extra finale for the song, and I didn't really note it too much earlier, but then there's like also a lot of with the electronica kind of sampling in the background. I've become quite a fan of that recently. I think it might have been when I got into Callboy, because I was never really a fan of like Enter Shikari in that initially, but the more that, like, I think time's gone on, I appreciate more. And I saw Enter Shikari at Download 2007, and they were really good. Like, there was no complaints at all, even for someone who doesn't know their music that well. But then now, like, the electronic undertone that some bands are bringing, I really am kind of enjoying. If it's done well, it can be exceptional. If it's done badly, it can be kind of distracting. And this is just done so subtly and so well. And they've done, like, them bringing in the screaming, gave it an extra layer, and then you brought in this amazing guitar work that really just, it sets an atmosphere to sort of bring the song to a close. So really, really like that song. And I think that that's definitely, like, if someone said to me they wanted to get into heavy metal, and this was like kind of, this is a band I wouldn't hesitate to show someone to go, this is how heavy metal can be. It's not all napalm death, which everyone, like, from people who don't understand heavy metal, they think it's all just completely all the time and just summoning Satan from the seventh circle of hell. But it's not. It's so much more passion than that. And it can be so many different layers. You've got bands like Alter Bridge, Conquer Divide, the stuff that isn't too heavy, but it's heavy to really bring that flavor in. And I'd say with the previous song, that Atonement, that one I found a bit heavier, and I like both styles that they brought into it, and I'm looking forward to seeing what else they do, and then see what the next album will be. And it's definitely a band I'm going to be keeping track of, and I hope you guys will too. On that note, we will end. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and comment on the video, your thoughts on the song, any more songs you'd like me to react to, and also any other suggestions you got. So enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next one.